constitutional challenge before the federal court had to deal with these airport quarantine hotels. I don't know if you remember, but a while back when you landed, you had to go to a hotel at your own expense for up to 3 days, and they were thousands of dollars, bizarrely. We had actually one of our former reporters, he came back to Canada. He was forced to go to the hotel quarantine. He counted, he had 14 interactions with different people in the hotel quarantine as opposed to just getting in his car and driving home by himself. So there was some interesting litigants, including our former reporter. And the judge, if I recall, who heard it was no one less than the chief judge of the federal court. So they put the absolute top dog on it. And I thought, okay, they're taking it very seriously. Well, yeah, or they were putting the most political guy on it, because not only did he rule that there was, not only did he rule that this was fine, this was legal, he said it didn't even amount to a charter breach that could be justified. As you know, in Canada, there's sort of a two-step. Was your right infringed to begin with? And if it was, is that demonstrably justifiable in a free and democratic society? The cases almost always turn on that second part, because yes, the government did something to you, but can they explain it as reasonable or proportional? This chief judge said, no, you weren't even detained. You were not even detained because it was only 3 days and it was in a hotel. And I'm stunned by that decision. And I think that's under appeal right now. And I'm not asking you to badmouth any judge, but I'm just saying the more senior the judge, the more experienced, but also in that case, the more political. I am still, every time I think of that ruling that the federal court said you are not detained even if you were ordered to go to a detention. I think, as you say, the court's reputation has taken a bruising over the last 2 years as well as any other. You don't have to respond to that because I know you want to be.
Well, let me though, please. I'll tell you this. In the last several weeks, actually many months, the first time I had to wear a mask. We all know how useless they are. Mm-hmm. And it's theater. That's what the science is. We're not being fit tested with an occupational health and safety special regulator mask. And I've had that done in different industrial contexts. That's not what's happening. We got these stupid things on our face that we move around and we can take down to eat and stuff. Well, I've had to wear one to fly to Ottawa. Well, guess where else I'm going to have to wear one? Tomorrow in the courthouse. And that doesn't make me feel that I'm going into an impartial, open-minded environment.
Yeah.
When I'll say one other thing carefully but clearly is when the Chief Justice of our Federal Court of Appeal was asked to reveal the vaccination status of the judges on his bench and his staff, he declined because he said that was personal, private health information. The Chief Justice of the Federal Court and the Chief Justice of our Supreme Court of Canada both volunteered that personal, private information about health status of their judges and staff. I think the Chief Justice of the Federal Court of Appeal got it right in law and policy to not reveal that personal information. So contextually, I have a concern that COVID and governmental responses to it has so polarized our society that it has created some influence on the judiciary. But I keep going into it with optimism and good faith that we're going to get a fair and objective hearing. And we're doing everything we can, myself and the other lawyers that will be arguing tomorrow on behalf of Canadians to try and remedy this horrific wrong that so many millions of Canadians have suffered and are fearful of experiencing again at the whim of the Prime Minister and his Minister of Transportation.
What you just saw was an excerpt from my nightly show, the Ezra Levant Show. Every weekday I do a monologue. Usually it's about half an hour. Then I interview an interesting guest, and then we read my hate mail or my fan mail, whichever is more fun. It's only available behind a paywall, though. That's how we pay our bills here at Rebel News. We don't take a dime from Justin Trudeau. But the good news is it's only $8 a month. about half the price of Netflix. And in addition to my nightly show, you also get weekly shows from 4 other friends here at Rebel News. So you're getting 36 shows a month just for $8. I think it's worth it. And even if you're not quite sure, do it anyways, because we rely on viewers like you to keep us free and independent. I promise you I'll never take a dime from Trudeau. Just go to rebelnewsplus.com and click subscribe. Thanks.